A total of 375 persons have been kidnapped in some schools and churches in the northern part of Nigeria. Should I repeat that? 375 persons, most of them girls from schools, have been kidnapped by the Fulani terrorists in Nigeria. 375 persons that are of the Christian religion is a simple indication that those denying the Christian genocide in Nigeria are just being demonic. They are just being evil by denying an obvious action, something that is happening before our eyes. I'm bringing this news to challenge somebody, and that is the person of the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, who have earlier referred to all this kidnap and attack as minor crime that happens in every other country. Because that is how he was able to talk it down when the Kebbi school attack and the Kwara church attack happened. Akpabio said crime happens everywhere. So which that means what was going on in Nigeria was normal because it happens in every other places. But from 375, within a space of 1 week, and somebody referred to this as normal, then we are cooked. We are not just cooked, we are also fucked. You get the point? Now let's look at it this way. From the news you are seeing, 25 girls were adopted from a secondary school in Kebbi State. That was a first. And I believe most of you heard about it. 25 girls adopted in Kebbi State from a school. Then another attack was in Kwara Church, a church in Kwara State, where 35 persons, these were adults, were attacked and adopted. Few were unalived. I think about 2 or 3 were unalived on the process. Then again, the Oga and the Oga Patapata of them all was gunmen adopting more than 200 school children and 12 teachers in an attack in a Catholic school in Niger State. This is the most recent. Over 200 persons and 12 teachers was what the news said. But from our investigations and from a reliable source, it was actually 303 persons, 303 students plus 12 teachers that were adopted in a Catholic school in Niger State. There were also rumors of same attack and adoption in Nasarawa State, but the police has came out to debunk that it was a mere rumor. So we will not dwell on that. But remember, when the Nigerian government denies it, it's absolutely not true. It doesn't mean that it actually didn't happen. Maybe they were able to cover it. So this of the Nasarawa State, they denied it, and let's assume that is it. Now, from the numbers I've given, meaning a total of 375 persons has been kidnapped so far. And the Senate President thinks crime happened everywhere. Now, to make it very worse, to make it extremely bad, of all the 35 adults that were kidnapped in Kwara Church, the adopters, which is the bandit, have made contact with the families, and they are demanding the sum of 100 million naira that you can see. They are demanding the sum of 100 million naira ransom per head. That is 100 million naira times 35. You can do the calculation yourself. Then you can see how lucrative they made this business. And in a country where a government says they exist, if there truly exists a government, if there were a security agency in Nigeria, would this be happening? Of course not. But it is also happening because these terrorists are Fulanis. And every other authority in Nigeria seems to have been bowing to the supremacy of the Fulani terrorists. They are untouchable. They walk away with it. But let me ask somebody, is Mamzi Nnamdi Kanu also responsible for all of this? I don't think he is. But when these perpetrators eventually get caught, in as much as I know that nobody is going after them, but should they eventually get caught, they will be pardoned. They will be given a light sentence. Some will not even be sentenced. Those that will be sentenced will be pardoned and said they have repented and will be brought into the system. Is this a country? And you know all of this happening in Nigeria, and you want people not to talk because you are scared. You are not saying anything. In either way, are we not dying? In either way, we are going down in numbers. But for those denying that there is no Christian genocide, these 317 persons, I assure you there is no one Muslim. Not even a single Muslim. Because they were all being picked from Catholic schools and churches. So, where are we? I think I saw somebody saying the terrorists are trying to play very smart by trying to gather some civilian casualties in case Donald Trump finally come attacking. It make a whole lot of sense, but I will not believed it. Because when Chibok girls were massively adopted, there was no threat from America. Or was it? These kidnappers are good at kidnapping Christians. They're going to unalive many. As for the female, they're going to use them for their sexual urge, which is the most ironical part. And as for the adults and even some of the kids, they're going to demand ransom. So they make money and they satisfy their sexual urge in all this rubbish. And the government of Nigeria is incompetent and impotent at this. We know that this government of APC will never fight crime, will never fight insecurity, because they themselves have been branded as terrorists outside the country. So where are we? We are in the middle of a deep sea. We are all getting drowned. The only survivor to Nigeria is the people. The people must wake up one day to say enough is enough. Not until that happens, let the few of us that have the voices be using it for content. Because that is how it seems like now. You talk, and somebody's going to come to my comment section now to challenge me that I'm talking rubbish. Some are going to tell me to stay away, that the path I'm going is dangerous. And at the end of the day, we will all be executed, either by the Fulani or the government will come for you and do it themselves. In either way, we're going to buy. So what are the fear for? Where is the fear going to lead us? I leave you to ponder on that. Meanwhile, don't fail to comment your thought and opinion at the comment section. See you in my next video.